I love that in your explanation you cited the Bel Air production outfit because that was my outfit, and the media. Something interesting happened when you said it. I was hearing you talk, and I go, "I wonder if we would have been able to live up to that commitment that he just paraphrased there of two movies." I mean, because Bel Air was so dysfunctional.
Yeah, and the thing is that not to cast aspersions, because I always liked Steve Ruther. I always liked him. He was heading up. He was head of production for Regency when Regency was on the lot, and I
That's
liked
right.
Steve. And Steve was one of the adults over there at Regency. I always liked Steve Ruther, and I thought he was a good guy. But Bel Air Entertainment, and I don't say this with any glee, but everything Bel Air Entertainment touched failed.
You don't have to tell me that, bro. I was there for a lot of that, and
and it was a shame.
And some of these were good concepts too.
Yeah,
Pay It Forward and Proof of Life was the big mess.
People take hostages all over the world. Sometimes it's purely terror, other times it's simply about money. We wait for a contact, they make a demand, we start negotiating. This is what we do. We do it the world over, and we're very good at it.
We got a call from Takala this morning. I need you down there.
I have some really bad news. It's about Peter. This morning on his way to work, there was a barricade.
Oh my God.
They had ski masks and they had guns.
I'm not a part of this, all right?
My company is the designated K&R consultant.
What is K&R?
Kidnap and ransom.
What happens now?
This is a game. It's a game you play whether you like it or not.
Peter's not a game.
For you, it's emotional. For the people holding Peter, it's a business. The family are going to require proof of Peter is still alive.
It's proof of life, isn't it?
You never get a pretty picture. This is designed to shake you up.
I have to get back to my wife. If I stay here, I'm gonna die.
I just can't keep hoping.
You don't spend that much time working on a deal and kill your hostage.
Maybe there are no more deals. Maybe this whole thing is coming apart.
You stood in my kitchen and told me my husband was coming home.
I told you you'd have to trust me, and you said you could. So we're on then.
Absolutely. Are you in love with this woman? I don't know what you're holding out hope for. You pull this off, suddenly it's a fairy tale ending. It doesn't work that way, and you know it.
Rob Daly said that was going to suffer when it came out that Meg Ryan and her co-star were having an affair, and it got out. And then it became, oh, look at, she broke Dennis Quaid's heart, and oh my God, and LA Confidential. Russell Crowe. And Russell Crowe was like sort of the bad boy of Hollywood. He's always getting into fights and stuff. He's throwing stuff at people, and he threw a phone at somebody and got sued, and had to, because he hit somebody in the face, like in a hotel or something, with a phone. Do you hear that story?
I've heard that also with Scott Rudin.
I never encountered Scott Rudin. I think we did one movie with him, but I don't even remember him. I don't remember him at all. And then, then all these stories come out, and it's like, oh my God, it was just a shame. It was just a shame that the Bel Air stuff never clicked, and it wasn't the fault of any of the people there, except they make that one movie with Cuba Gooding Jr. that the studio wouldn't accept. They made a movie, we were supposed to distribute it, and we wouldn't take it.
What was
Remember that? Carol D'Antuono had a small little window card poster of it in her office.
I loved Carol D'Antuono, by the way. I thought she was fantastic. But
too.
I'm trying to think what movie it was, and it might have been when I wasn't there. It might have been before my time. I can't recall it. I mean, Proof of Life was our big mess. But what's funny is at the time that was going on, and we were trying to figure out the cut, and Alan Horn wanted it one way, and Russell Crowe was being really difficult about the cut, really difficult in an unnecessary way.
No, but
Dennis
Alan Horn
Quaid
wasn't there. It was Bob. It was Bob Daly was there. Bob said I think Bob was there. What year?
No,
was
I'm
that?
pretty sure this would have been Alan Horn. I think we're blurring our timelines because I wasn't there until Horn started.
Okay. So what happened was, we had a projectionist who he was our main projectionist in the Steve Ross Theater. He used to project for Bob at his home, the Bel Air circuit stuff. He used to come in and he would tell me, he would have these conversations with Bob about this stuff, and then he'd come back. You remember Rick, don't you, Mark? Rick in the Ross Theater. So he would tell me conversations he was having with Bob. I don't know if he was going back to Bob and telling him conversations he was having with me, but he would tell me. And Bob commented that the bad publicity on Proof of Life was going to hurt the box office, and the box office was not good. Now, whether that is what did it in, because it was a decent movie. It was a little long. Who directed that?
Okay, so that was Taylor Hackford, but
oh god, okay.
You say decent, and I think you're being generous. I thought that film could have been way better. The script
it could have been. It could have been, but that's why,
when it got barraged, there really wasn't a lot there to fight over because it wasn't. I didn't think it was that great. But
the whole idea of it was
good
great.
idea. It was a good idea. Yeah, for sure.
And I was watching dailies, and the Russell Crowe stuff was good enough. He sounded expert enough. He was believable. He was convincing and believable. Meg Ryan was hot as could be.
And what's his name? What's his name as his sidekick? CSI.
The guy who played Hack in that TV show,
NYPD Blue, right? Who was it? Caruso. Caruso's the co-star.
Was Caruso in that?
Yeah.
And then the guy who played Hack on there was an ABC show. He's been in a million things. Tom something. He was in it. It had the makings of a hit. And I don't know who you blame that on. I liked the movie. It's too long. I think it's too long. It's a little overindulgent, and I would lay that at Taylor Hackford's feet personally.
I just don't think there's enough to it. I don't think there's enough action elements to hold me personally.
Yeah, I like Taylor, and believe it or not, I'm one of these people who goes around saying all the time, when you buy a director's cut, you're not getting a director's cut. You're getting a reimagining of this. Everybody thinks somehow the studios just want to ruin everybody's movie by cutting stuff out, and then they try to correct themselves with a director's cut. That kind of the Zack Snyder narrative on Justice League, but the thing is that Zack, under the most horrible circumstances you can imagine, so I don't, I'm not making light of this, but he had to abandon the project while it was nearing completion. And but Zach is always out there about, and my version is this and that, and then he convinced somebody at the studio to do his version. He's got his legion of fans, and all this stuff. But with one exception, every movie we did, the director's cut is not as good. I mean, they were improved by showing it to the studio, getting notes, going out to audiences. They were, the stuff that got cut out of Harry Potter should have been cut out.
Your road to redemption is paved with tombstones. No quarter, kill all masters. Go to noquarterkillallmasters.com. Rated R.